So I got my brother's Greek fisherman cap. He was so kind enough to let me have for a bit, borrow, and I have one of two parts to the Greek bagpipes because it's a lost art form. Most of the ones I have are very out of tune. These two that I'll be playing in these two parts are out of tune and they're not the best quality instruments. It's hard to get a good one. It's hard to get one in general. But this is the gaida. It has a single chanter, single reed, a drone that has a reed, which is tuned, and you'll probably hear me tuning it because it's going to be really out of tune, tuned by tightening or loosening these. It's in a instrument of nature. It has, wood, bone, animal hide, all those types of things kind of bring it to life. Here we go. It's an acquired taste. This is the gaida. This is one that was probably originally brought over from the Balkans, from the other Balkan states. Maybe Bulgaria is what ended up causing this to come about. I think the Bulgarians had this style, or a style like this, before the Greeks. It could have been the Greeks that brought it to the Bulgarians, but it's very, very muddy. It's medieval. That's medieval history, so it's not. It wasn't necessarily written about that often about the history of bagpipes. But here we go. So it's a very interesting instrument. This one's out of tune, this one's not the best quality, so on and so forth. And obviously I'm not an expert and I'm not great at playing it either, so there's that. One of the things that sets it aside from the Highland Scottish bagpipes, aside from the fact that it has only one drone, it has a small hole right here that is nicknamed the flea hole that you kind of fiddle with, I guess. And you can see it changes the notes, and it gives it that kind of Balkan kind of vibe. It's so common with that style of music. It's usually played by itself or with a drum. Occasionally, just like the Sampuna, which I'll be playing in a second, part 2. Occasionally it will be played accompanying with a bouzouki, but for the most part it's not an instrument that stays in tune very well.